Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to our show.
Happy Friday. It is actually
This is wild. This is really wild to do it on a Friday.
Blame it on my migraines, okay?
yeah, Kristen wasn't feeling well yesterday.
You gotta blame it on the rain, right?
It's still lingering.
Oh,
That's
well,
what's weird about ocular migraines. They can stick around for like days after. It sucks.
I'm sorry. Have you taken
It's okay.
anything?
No.
No,
A little
maybe
bit of
not.
coffee my son made me.
Ooh.
Caffeine's a good enhancer of migraines, I think. So
Mm. It can make it go away either way.
yeah, just depends
Yeah.
on what the headache's from. So
I thought that cup was gonna say world's best mom. I like how it says boss.
No, it's my son's cup. Maybe he thinks he's the boss, but no, it's the office. Yeah. He gets obsessed with shows, so he'll watch the entire series over and over. It's been like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, The Office, those ones. Really appropriate ones. I guess that's not that bad, but
it's really not. It's really
Yeah.
we used to watch like Family Guy and stuff a lot, and then my son started
That's really
paying
bad.
attention. And we're like, okay, we can't watch this anymore. So
Yeah.
we do not watch that until he goes to bed now.
Like watching
Yeah,
South Park with
yeah.
your toddler. Not a good idea. Yeah. Mhm.
When we're trying to watch something a little bit inappropriate, we give our daughter her iPad, and we're just like, don't look at this giant screen right in front of you. Look at the smaller screen in front of you. You know.
It works though, man. They're so into those things. So my son loves like Blippi, but we just got ABC Mouse, and I'm telling you, I love ABC Mouse because now he likes to do his little letters and stuff. We're trying to teach him like his sight words and stuff like that. So if you guys have kids, ABC Mouse, we don't have a plug for them, but they're pretty good.
And
Did you
oddly
ever
enough, people don't know, but I swear my son and Kendra's son, they could like switch, like so maybe one summer my son wants to see how life would be in Daytona for the summer, and they'll do like a swap, and we wouldn't even know. Like I'm very serious.
The only way you would know is the red hair. Your
Yeah.
son's got blue and mine's red. But if you put him in the dark, you can't tell.
put him in the dark?
I think the way in certain like light situations, I feel like I'm sorry, I don't want to be talking about our children, but Kendra, your son sometimes it does look like a little bit blonde. So like my son has like that blonde hair. I don't know where that came from, but yeah.
For sure, for sure. He's got like 100 different colors in there, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever make your kids watch The Letter Factory?
Mm-mm.
Never.
No.
I don't even know what that is. I've never even like heard of it
Maybe
myself.
this is because maybe it's because my kid's old. Never mind.
Oh my gosh, Kristen, I was waiting for you to say it because I'm from Maine.
I was totally waiting for
It's not a Maine thing. It's not, I
Oh,
swear.
okay.
It's not by Stephen King or anything like
Okay.
that.
I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
be like, oh, it's a Maine thing.
No,
What is
just
it
wait.
called?
We have a few
The
more
Letter
minutes. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how my son like got everything down really well, was The Letter Factory. Mhm.
I'll have to look into it. This is definitely a show about kids apparently today. But super smart. All right, we'll end it there, right? I guess we've talked about kids enough. Let's get back to real estate.
Yes.
Alex has had a very busy week. So what happened over the weekend? We saw you on Facebook get into it.
I was handling some business this past weekend. Well, actually, there's like prep work before the showing. At least I believe to do so. So to answer your question, I did meet with some buyers from out of state, Seattle, Washington. So that's like way, way out of state. They came in. They're moving to Jacksonville for a job transfer, and had no idea, like they've never been here. I think maybe once they're in St. Augustine for like vacation or something. So they wanted to fill out the area. They had a list of things that were on their wish list, but what was really interesting was that they were kind of saying two different things. So I was like, well, some of these things are going to be offered in a home. They're looking for a 2 3 car garage. Like typically those type of things with like a nice sized driveway, you're not going to find that in a condo or with a townhome. Not
Right.
saying that they don't exist, but it's going to be harder to find something like that, especially with their second wish list item was to be here on the beach. You're not getting too much of there's not too much room for the toys, right? So what I did was I divided their list up, and I don't know where I got this idea from, but I was like, let me do their first Saturday. We're gonna do the beach. We're gonna look at the beach, the intercoastal area, and then I'll add like two homes in there so they can like just really feel it out. And then on Sunday, I'm gonna put more of like the homes that the list that I gave them. I had them like pick, their top homes that they would like to see. So Sunday was mostly homes, well, all homes Sunday, and then Saturday was condos with the homes. So I don't know, like, what do you guys think about that? Was that a good idea to like split it that way?
Next week on HGTV.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I think it's a great idea. When I saw the list, I liked it. I like how you incorporated two houses in the mix. Because you're not going to know, you know what I mean? And like it kind of worked out in your favor after seeing the houses. They found something, that they kind of liked. So now you have an idea of their preferences.
yeah.
Uh,
And
but
when doing something like that as well, I another light bulb went off. I was like, well, I need to now actually create an itinerary for them because I don't want to go to like let's say a listing is A is here, the second one's over here, then like the
Kendra,
third one's way over.
thank you.
Love you, Kendra. So I didn't want to um, have to drive away from a listing and drive all the way back. So, for example, back and forth from the beach to the intercoastal, which is not the longest drive, but it'll just be annoying going back and forth. So it was kind of cool. We started literally on the beach here. Actually, I really think one of the buildings where one of the condos that we looked at is somewhere over here.
One of those
So we
buildings right
started
there. Yep.
there. I'm sorry.
Said one of those buildings exactly that you're pointing to right there. Yep.
Yeah, what it like no, like literally, I think we were like in this area.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The pier here was really big news in Jacksonville. They just like redid it, so that's kind of know like in my mind where I'm at here.
When was that?
I'm sorry.
When did they redo it?
Just recently. I think it was like I I, I think at one point in time they might have like given up on it because I think I forget like politics and storms and I don't know if you can even separate the two but they had issue getting this thing back up and running and I think recently don't quote me on it I think it was just like a month ago. It's very very recent that they just opened this pier back up and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes because I think there's different people who want different things out the pier. There's people who like to fish
Mm-hmm.
and they want the pier for fishing, and there's some people like, well, they don't want to be around all like those fishermen, like they want to bring their families there and just
Mm-hmm.
walk the pier and just view. I don't know. I think there's like surfers who maybe want to jump off of it.
It's
But it
long
seems like
enough.
everyone
Come
has an
on.
idea of what they would like from this pier.
Yeah.
So
Sections,
yeah. So nonetheless, I had an itinerary. So we started on the beach, worked our way up, and then we went then into the intercoastal,
Mm-hmm.
which we found our winner. And then from there, we went a little bit more up. We looked at the two homes, and that's what I really liked. I felt like during the time in my interaction with my buyers, they're what would you call them like I won't call it like roadblocks, but like they kind of like allowed me to probe them. I guess that's a wrong word too, but they allowed me to ask deeper questions, and they were being more like sincere with me.
Yeah.
And I just felt like by that time during the day, I don't know if it was like the sun or if it was me or a combination, but I felt like they were more or less answering all of my questions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sharing more, giving me more like honest feedback. So by that time we start looking at those two homes, I remember sitting down in the living room and we're all just sitting there and the husband goes to me, he's like, yeah, I don't want a home. We don't want a home. This is too much. We want the,
Uh-huh.
we want the beach dream. We want to see, like boats. We want to see the ocean, um, and whatnot. So that was really cool to see that. And then the last piece was all the way downtown Jacksonville. Um, we got there. We have a river, that has like some kind of like developments on it. So we seen, a condo there, and it was just kind of cool to see these different environments all while being in like Jacksonville. Like the beach area is a lot different than the intercoastal, compared to where all the homes are being built, um, compared to then like a downtown area. So, by that time, it was kind of great just to wrap things up like downtown,
Mhm.
and that's when they explained to me, what direction they would like to go.
That's why working with buyers, I'm always like, the most honest that you can be with me and
Yeah.
everybody else, the better. Like when you speak to a lender or you speak to me, don't be embarrassed by anything, don't be ashamed about anything, and express your opinions on like whatever you want. Because if you have some debt that you don't bring up, or if you have, certain things that have happened in the past, like foreclosures, bankruptcies, anything, like put that out there in the open so that we can tell you honestly what you're going to qualify for, what like you said, like what issues, what roadblocks we might run into, things like that. And then I always like when people tell me they want to narrow things down because they think they know exactly what they want. We all think we know exactly what we want. We most of the time don't. Um, or are being unrealistic. So sometimes I'll sprinkle things in there and I tell people, like, just discard them if you're like, I would never live there in a million years. Or I'm like, if there's some things like you don't really know, it might look a little bit different than the pictures or whatever, then maybe we can go check it out. And maybe that's something that you didn't know that you wanted that now you do. Like yours, for example, were pretty set that they wanted a house, right? To begin with.
It wasn't really set. It was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
wait, we want this and we want this.
And they
And then
wanted to
I
be on the
was,
beach,
yeah, so I told
and
them,
they
I was
didn't
like, yeah,
end up
you're
on
not
the
gonna
beach.
get the yard and
Mhm,
the 4 3-car like garage and, wide, driving space. So I that's where the idea came from. I was like, well, I can find these things for you. I can do an MLS, search for 3-car garages, and we'll see what comes up, and you can pick, from there what you would like to
mhm,
tour. But just what you said, that was really funny about like the pictures, because the first condo that we looked at, that was a feedback that I got from my buyers. They were just like, "Oh wow, whoever, they hired to take these pictures did like an amazing job, because, it doesn't feel like the square footage does not, like, it doesn't match
mhm,
up to like the pictures. Like it's a lot
mm.
smaller actually in person than how it looks, on online."
Yeah, it's kind of a hard, like, middle ground sometimes, I feel, with photographers because you want the space to look it's best, obviously, but you also don't wanna, like, have it skewed in any sort of way. So it looks smaller or bigger or darker or lighter or whatever. Like, it's best to have, like, quality photos, but that are, like, a true example of actually how the space is going to look. It's kind of hard to
Yeah,
do. Either
yeah,
people take pictures sometimes with their phone and they're terrible, and you have buyers who walk through the door and they're like, "Wow, this is a lot nicer in person."
yeah.
And I'm like, "Thank God you even went to see this place." Or you get the ones that are like, "This is a lot smaller than it looks like in pictures." And I'm like,
Yeah, 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 for sure. I mean,
"You never
take it
know."
from myself, someone who bought their home completely online. I never, seen it in person.
Mhm,
Even the inspection, in the closing, I was out of state. I was like kind of holding my breath until we got to the home,
yeah,
and it was almost the opposite. I was like, wow, like it's actually looks better in person than the actual pictures, even though
mhm,
the pictures were very professional and whatnot. I feel like what they failed to capture was, the previous homeowner did a lot of like tile work, where like she's cut these like little pieces of like tile and kind of like made like designs, and like, it's very, what do we call it, like Tuscany, type fill to like
yeah,
Mediterranean type fill to like some of like
mhm,
the rooms, especially our master bath. And they didn't capture that. I was like, man, that would have been cool if they did like a close up of like the tile work that she did, because
Hmm.
someone like me would be like, oh, that's exactly. I mean, we're gonna buy the house
Appreciative of
anyway, but
that.
that was like an extra, you know.
Yeah. Did your agent do like video touring or anything like that with you? So, okay, that's
That's
good.
exactly what we did. So with myself seeing, doing 20 tours, like I don't feel that's like out of the box where some other
Hmm.
agents are like, oh, like, you did so many, but I've been in that boat, and it's like, it's kind of scary, and you kind of do want to feel
Hmm.
where you're going to best fit, and you do need to compare, you do need to see things. Just like we discussed about the pictures, but yeah, nonetheless, yeah, I was like, it was exhausting even sitting like at home on FaceTime, um, just walk like going through the tour while she just had her iPhone, like going around, and I tell her like, oh, stop here, can we see this, like, whatnot, and she did all that like perfectly for us, but it was all video.
Yeah. I'm glad you got that part at least, because that does make a big difference than
Yeah,
just looking at pictures.
yeah.
You're gonna miss a large part of that house. You don't see all the corners and maybe exactly the layout. Although 360 tours help that one. I always
Hmm.
have like the doll house view and stuff too, with like the floor plan and everything on my listings. But yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool that you do that, because I like looking at them too. If I'm just like browsing property, I like to look at if they have like that 3D like map thing. Yeah, like that's really
Mhm.
cool. Hmm.
I always take the dollhouse view of my listings and I like tilt it and everything.
That's really cool. That's really
I'm a
cool.
geek. I
And that's
like
a
it.
really like seamless experience too. You just
Hmm.
you're just like emailing them, or you go online, or how do you like
I
actually
include it
schedule?
on the MLS instead of the normal like virtual tour thing where it's
Hmm.
really just like the in and out of pictures and things like that. Yeah. No, I have the click through 360 tour, and I have ones too that are like branded that I could email and
That's
include
really
too. But
cool. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I like it.
See, what I would like to do, I want to, like, literally, if someone's watching this, I would really want to list a trailer and just
Hmm.
like ball it out, like the
A
listing,
what?
a trailer, and have like
No.
the most baller listing for it,
What's it
like
called?
a trailer.
No. What do you mean?
Um, Not a trailer, a trailer.
Like a preview?
No, an actual like, um, you live in a trailer, like
A mobile?
mobile home. Sorry.
Thank you. Come on, Alex. I'm like, a what?
So
I'm like,
yeah,
the only trailer that there is a trailer to a movie. So if
yeah,
you're talking
okay, yeah,
about
yeah,
that,
you're right, yeah. So anyway, I would like to take a mobile home
hmm,
and really set up like a really really like baller listy, and where we're going in with like the 3D mapping. We're doing like the zone, drone shots, like really like pimp it up.
make it look amazing.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure.
They
And
have some really nice
when you
ones.
like click on the listing, there'll be like classical music playing, and just everything that's done. No expense has been overlooked.
You and Kendra are really getting into this creative aspect
I
with
think so.
Kendra with her photography side business, and
Yeah,
then you're getting into the YouTube editing, and now you want to do videos and stuff. Look at that. You guys could tag team
that's our
from the
time.
Jacksonville to Daytona area. We're done? Oh man. All right.
We're about to get Zoom's about to kick us out.
Okay.
Thanks
Well, like
everyone.
and
If Kendra was here,
subscribe.
she would say like and subscribe. So
She
like and
would.
subscribe.
She would. Thank you.